Okay, so yesterday we just started this the last bargain. Now in this poem there is something about bargain, right? Something about bargain. What is bargain? Bargain, already they have mentioned this, that a bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. Means I will help you. It's a kind of, you can say ki I'll help you and okay, in return you will do this to me. Okay, so now this poem is related to that. Means there is some kind of bargain. Now let's see what kind of bargain is it and why the title is the last bargain. Okay, what is the importance of the last bargain, or what happened that the title of this poem is last bargain. But okay, before starting, just tell me, what do you want in your life? What do you want in your life? One word answer you have to give. One word answer. One or two. Okay. Success, happiness, enjoyment. Okay. Then that's all. What about others? Satisfaction. Yes. Success. Food. Okay. Yes. Success and happiness. Career. Right. Okay. Freedom. Respect. Yes. So there are things that we want, right? Okay, happiness, right? Mostly you are writing happiness. So let's see. Now in this poem, the poet, let's see the speaker. What does the speaker want? Okay, and how he got that. Means he wants something, and then let's see that how he gets that thing through the bargain. Okay, he strikes a bargain with someone, and let's see what was the thing that he wants in his life and how he gets it. So let's start it. Page number 74. Page number 74. The last bargain. This is the poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. Poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. So a bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. Someone is looking for work. Now, this is, you can say, the beginning of this poem. Someone is looking for work, waiting to be hired. Someone is looking for job. Maybe that person is unemployed and now he wanted some job. So what he does, he strikes a bargain but thinks it worthless. Okay, he strikes a bargain, maybe a few bargains, but he was not satisfied with those bargains. So he, why not? Because he thought that it is worthless, right? Of no use, no importance, short lived, you can say. So he tries twice again but doesn't like either. So it means he was offered three, as he wanted a job. So he was offered job three times, right? Thrice. But what happens? Each time he just refused. He was offered job, means he strikes the bargain price, but every time he refuses. Karanveer, page number 74. Now what happened? Finally, in the last bargain, when he is hired for nothing, whatever, he is happy as never before. What is the bargain and why is it the best? Now what happens that the introduction says the person who wants the job, he gets the job, okay, but he refuses every time. He gets the offer from, you can say, various personalities, and those, the three offers, first three offers depict something. Okay, their first three offers depict power. Second offer depicts wealth. Third offer depicts is the symbol, you can say, of beauty. Okay. So otherwise, if you see, you will just see that, okay, some this person came and offered him, then second this person, and third this person, right? But now the thing is, we have to see what is the actual meaning for this, what these things mean. Okay, so let's start the poem. Okay, but before, I think I have asked you to read the poem and explain. Can you now, anyone? I have told you to read the poem and then explain. No? Okay, then let's start. Come and hire me, I cried. So this poem is in first person, right? First person narrative. So it means that we can call the speaker is the poet. Okay. So come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road, sword in hand, and king came in his chariot. So now this is the first, you can say, his contact with someone. He, the time is morning, right? Like we are here now in the morning. So he was begging for job, and the time was the morning time. Okay, and the morning symbolizes hope as beginning of the new day. Okay, so means beginning of something new. So this morning symbolizes a new hope. Now what happens? The person, the speaker, I'll call it the speaker was begging for job, and he was walking on the road filled with stones, you can say. And this word, these words, stone paved road, these words shows difficulties. Okay, these words show difficulties. So it means the speaker was up in the morning. He was full of hope that yes, today he would get a job, but the path was difficult, right? It wasn't a simple path, it was a difficult path, difficult way. So when he was begging for the job, he saw that a king came, and he had a sword in his hand, and he was in his chariot. Okay, he held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. Okay, but his power counted for naught. Naught means nothing. And he went away in his chariot. Naught means nothing, or you can say it is short lived. Okay, so now what happened? He said that the king came, and he had a sword in his hand, and he was in a chariot, right? Now what happened? This sword and chariot shows power, that the king was very powerful. Okay, the sword and chariot shows that king was very powerful. Now what happens that the king, when he came there, he held the man's hand, the speaker's hand, and said that, okay, I will hire you with my power. He offered the speaker his power. He said that, okay, I will hire you, and for in return for your services, I'll give you my power. Okay, so the king offered him power. If we actually see, generally see, then the deal is not bad. Means it is okay to have power, because if you have power, so definitely you can do so many things, right? Powerful, being powerful is a great thing. So if we generally think about it, the power is good. But the way the speaker was thinking, he thought that the power, but his power counted for naught. Means the power was not long lasting. When the king will die, definitely his power will also perish. It is short lived. Okay. So that is why he was not interested in this kind of power, because he said that yes, definitely he will get the power, but this power will soon end. Means there is one limitation, one time limit, that after this time the power will fade, the power will be no more, means it will go away. So he said that he didn't want such kind of thing, so he refused the offer, and then he went away. The king went away in his chariot. Okay, who refused the offer? The speaker refused the offer. Okay, what was the offer? The offer was power. Okay, that he would give him the power. But what happened, that the speaker thought it is not a good deal, it is not a good bargain, as the power will fade ultimately, it will end ultimately, so he didn't want such kind of a thing. So now again he was jobless, means he was not able to get any job. Now let's see what happens next. So the king is the symbol of power. Okay, king is the symbol. King represents power, and this rod and chariot, this shows that he was very powerful. Maybe that much powerful that he had power and wealth is not mentioned actually. Okay, money is not mentioned, but he was so powerful. You already know about kings, how powerful they are. They were actually. So now next is, in the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold. So now this is the second encounter. Okay. Again, he was looking for someone to hire him. Then it was afternoon now. Okay. Midday. It was afternoon. Now in afternoon, what happens? Afternoon actually is the symbol of troubles, you can say. Morning, symbol of new hope, new beginning. Afternoon, symbol of troubles, problems that someone faces because of that heat, and because of that everything is, you can say, silent, right? So in the heat of midday, the houses stood with shut doors. The houses stood with shut doors, and I wandered along with crooked lane, empty lane. These things shows difficulties. Okay, means nobody is there to help you, everything is, you can say, shut, closed. Okay, so the houses stood with shut doors. This also indicates difficulties, problems. Same here also, that difficulties are there. Now what happens, an old man came out with his bag of gold. So as everything was, you can say, silent, nobody was out, so suddenly an old man came out. Okay, so now what happens, when that person came out, he pondered and said, means he thought for some time, he started thinking, then he said, he here stands for the old man. He here in this stanza, in this line, he stands for the old man, okay, who came out with his bag of gold. Bag of gold shows, yes, can you tell? Bag of gold. What is the meaning of bag of gold, or what does it indicate? Bag of gold. Can anyone tell? What? Yes. Be quick. Yes. It indicates money. It indicates money. Correct. Lot of money, you can say. Punya, it means bent, curved. Okay. It means curved. So yes, it means the old man came out with money, means this indicates wealth, lot of money. So now, yes, we also need money if we want to live a good life, right? So again, I think the deal was not that bad, because yes, we all need money to fulfill our wishes. Let's see what happens. He pondered, the old man. He thought for some time and said, I will hire you with my money. So the person said that, okay, so now if you, as the man was searching for the job, so the old man, he thought for some time and then said, okay, I will hire you with my money. Means he said that, okay, I will offer, he offered him his gold, okay, a bag full of his gold. So the man offered him money that in return for your services, I will offer you money. A good deal, right? A fair deal. So he weighed his coin one by one, but I turned away. So what he started doing, he started counting his money in front of the speaker. He just started, he was showing that just see the weight, and then he was started counting his money. This line shows that he was showing off his money. Okay, this line shows that he was showing off his money. You can also say that with money, we also get some kind of pride, ego also. Okay, so again, the speaker turned away, means he refused the offer. Why he refused the offer? Because he said that yes, money, when we have money, we spend that money. Okay, so he said that soon the money will be spent. Money will be now, later on, means one or the other day, the money will also finish. The wealth will also come to an end. So now what happens again? He thought that it is short lived. So he thought that he would not go for money. This offer was not good for him. Akshima, this means thought. He thought for some time, thinking. He was thinking for some time. Okay. Next is, now it was evening. Just see how the poet has discussed three parts of the day: morning, afternoon, and now it's evening. So it was evening. The garden hedge was all a flower. A flower means with full of flowers, beautiful flowers. Okay. The fair maid means girl. Okay. Came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. Smile here represents beauty. Okay. Smile represents beauty. So now it was evening. Evening actually is the symbol of beauty, because in the evening everything like sunsets and birds and also everything looks beautiful in the evening. So it is the symbol of fake beauty actually. It is the evening is the symbol of fake beauty. Why fake beauty? Because if you go with this, that after evening comes the night, so the beauty of that evening will also, that also comes to an end. So now it was evening. The large hedge was all aflower. Sorry, the garden hedge was all aflower. The maid came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. So now the girl, she came out, maybe she was the caretaker, you can say, and but it is not mentioned here. So the girl came out and she said that, okay, I'll hire you. I'll offer you a job. Okay. So she said that I'll hire you for a smile. Okay. For a smile, whatever you do, you will get a smile in return. Okay. So the speaker, again, he wasn't interested in that beauty. Why? Her smile paled and melted into tears. It means the smile was not true. It was fake. Okay. Smile was not true. There was sadness hidden behind his smile. This line means that her smile paled, her smile vanished, and there was sadness because tears started coming out. This shows that there was sadness behind his smile. She has hidden sadness behind her smile. Okay. And she went back alone in the dark. And what happened then later on? She just went back. She went back alone. She was all alone. And into the dark means hopelessness. She was hopeless. This dark represents hopelessness. Okay. So again, he thought why he did so. He said that the smile, again, smile also comes to an end, means the beauty. Okay. The beauty also comes to, beauty also fades. Yes, we all already know this. That yes, we have. If you remember the poem Seven Stages, all the worlds, right? And the seven stages in which we have discussed about the old age. As we grow, we lose our beauty, right? We lose power also. And sometimes, yes, we lose wealth also. Means at particular age, we don't even need wealth also. So what happens that the poet, sorry, the speaker refused this offer also because he thought that the beauty is also not long lived, or you can say everlasting, means for forever. It will also end, it will also finish, it will also fade. So that is why he again refused the offer. Means see, power he refused, wealth again he refused, and then beauty also he refused, that thing also. Got it? So now he refused these three things, and these three things, if we see, these are materialistic things. Okay, these are materialistic things. These are short lived, and there is a time when these things will end. There is a time. Okay. Now let's see what happens. The sun glistened on the sand. It was shining. The sun was shining, and the sea waves broke waywardly. And now what happens? A child sat playing with shells. Now a child was there. Okay, and the child sat playing with shells. The child was playing with shells. Means the child is the, you can say, symbol of innocence, happiness. When if you have seen you have seen kids. Okay, they don't even know what to do, what to say in front of others. Means there is, you can say, they are not covered. Actually, they don't cover anything, right? They say whatever they want to, they do whatever they want to, they are innocent. Okay, their mind is clear, nothing negative in their mind. They don't plan and plot for others. I'm talking about small kids. Okay, so their mind is positive, and they don't have any hard feelings for anyone. And what they do, they just are so innocent that they just enjoy. They focus on enjoyment, they focus on real happiness. They are not worried about power, they are not worried about wealth, they are not worried about their beauty also. Okay, so what happens that this is the, you can say, symbol of child is the symbol of these things: innocence, okay, happiness, actual real happiness. Okay, so now he raised his hand. Who raised his hand? Here in this stanza, he stands for the child. Okay. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I hire you with nothing. First, the child, he raised his hand. Raised his hand means, first thing, it shows that the child has nothing in his hands. Okay, nothing much to offer, or you can say nothing to offer. The child has nothing to offer. Now what happens when the child raises his hand? The speaker thought that it seemed that he knew the child, means the child actually knew him. There was some connection. Okay. Then what happened? The child said, okay, I'll hire you with nothing. The child offered nothing in return. Okay. The child said that, okay, if whatever services you will provide, I will hire you, but I will offer you nothing. Now this thing also represents that when somebody, when first thing is, see, if we help someone without any, you can say, selfish reasons, without getting anything in return, that is something, that time we are not slaves. Okay, that is just our wish that we want to do that. Okay, we wanted to help someone, right? And this doesn't mean that, okay, we are the slaves. But if we get money, yes, we are slaves. Power, slaves. If you have seen, whenever with the kings, with the ministers, the kings had and all, they are slaves. With wealth, yes, we are slaves. For beauty also, we are slaves. Okay, for these things are materialistic things, because whenever we uh, get these things, we become slaves. We cannot do anything independently. We have to follow the rules. We have to follow something. Now what happens? From henceforward, that bargain struck in child's play made me a free man. Henceforward means from the day onward, that day onwards, okay? From that day onwards, the bargain, it was a deal, right? The offer was accepted by the speaker, and he said from that day, in that child's innocence, in child's means selflessness, what happens? He said that I was a free man, means I got my freedom, I got my actual happiness. I was happy because now I was not working for someone, right? I was independent, I can do whatever I want, and this gave me happiness. So he said that I became a free man. He was a free man because he now this time he would not have to compromise his freedom, his happiness. Okay, so this was all about the poem. Anything? If you have any doubt, see this overview. If I want to give you just a short summary, this or a message, this conveys that the power, wealth, and other things like power, wealth, and beauty, these are short lived, these are materialistic things, and when we are involved in these materialistic things, we become slaves. Okay, because we are getting something in return, and when we get something in return, then definitely we have some kind of burden to repay, you can say. Okay, so yes, whenever these kinds of things are there, power, wealth, beauty, we become slaves. Moreover, these are short lived, not everlasting. Beauty fades, and then that wealth, power, everything, they are, you can say, mortal. They comes to an they come to an end. Now what happens, that these material things are worthless according to the speaker. And if we see also, otherwise, if we think, as we are all so materialistic, that what we have started doing, that we find pleasure in wealth, we find pleasure in beauty, and we find pleasure in power. But if we think deeply, that yes, in return, when we get these things, in return, we have to also pay. We spend our time, we give our freedom, right? We give up our freedom, we give up our time, we give up our happiness also. So, actual, you can say, wealth of a person, actual power of a person, actual beauty of a person is his freedom. Okay, the freedom, the happiness, so these innocence is also important. Okay, so these are the things that are everlasting, that will never end. Freedom, happiness. If you are a free man, you can do anything. Okay, so this is all about this poem. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, Prabal. Okay, Raghav. Yes, my mistake. He raised his head. Okay, he raised his head. Punya, that means shining. Okay, that means shining. Javan, it means disobedient. Means they were not listening. They were just the she was just, you can say, kind of disobedient, right? Deal. Paramjit, it means deal. सब्जी वाले के साथ करते हैं ना bargain. We come to an agreement. Okay, not this price, not this. Okay, this is okay. So that kind of thing. So this was the last bargain that was accepted by the poet, and that is why the name is the last bargain. Prabal, shining, and disobedient. Now let's come to the question answers. Who is the speaker in the poem? Be quick. Who is the speaker? Yes, bache. Okay, this is correct. The speaker is a jobless person, okay, who is searching for a job in which he could have independence and happiness, right? Paramjit, don't write only a man, a jobless, okay, because he wanted someone to hire him. In the poem is a poor man who is looking for work, okay. The speaker in the poem is a poor man, right? He was a poor man, okay. Then second, let's discuss these first. The old man offered the speaker a lot of money. Why did he turn down the offer? He offered the money, but he turned down the offer. What is the reason? Why he did so? Be quick. Yes, but say be quick. Just short answer. Because he was showing off his money because he didn't want to be the slave. Okay. Because money will not ever, yes, money was not everlasting. Money is not everlasting and it will come to an end. It will be spent. Okay. It will be spent soon. And then and yes, money will end one day and there will be, yes, ego also. Then if if he gets money, he will be egoistic, he will be slave also, and there will be fear in his mind of losing that money. Okay, the whole money would be spent and money was not everlasting. Correct, because he thought that money couldn't remain. Yes, because it is short lived, it is not everlasting, it would be spent soon. Okay, this we'll do later. Fifth, how did the speaker feel after talking to the child on the beach? Yes, how did the speaker feel after talking to the child on the beach? Yes, Prabal, correct. Yes, correct, Jevan. He felt that he was free without any compromise, right? He was free. He was very happy when he talked to the child. Anything else? Yes, he also felt that he had become a free man. Yes, he that time you can say he felt that he was free to do anything. Yes, correct, Paramjit. He found satisfaction also. He found satisfaction. He found happiness, and with in talking with him as he found his freedom. Correct. He was happy. He was satisfied because he got his freedom. इन दैट बार्गेन ही ऐसा नहीं था कि उसे उस बार्गेन के लिए अपना कुछ स्टेक पे रखना पड़ रहा था. इट वाजंट दैट ही हैड टू पुट समथिंग at his stake. Okay, at the stake means there was nothing that he had to give to the child, and in return, same way, the child offered nothing. So he was free. Okay, so that's all. You have to do question number 1, question number 3, and question number 5 in your notebook. Okay, so time is over.